Welcome to the listening window. This story is called My First Day at College. It's written in simple, natural English to help you improve your listening and speaking skills. Make sure to watch till the end, and if you'd like to read along or practice later, click the link in the description to download the full script and bonus learning materials, including vocabulary, a quiz with answers, and a writing prompt. Let's begin. I still remember my first day at college like it happened yesterday. The night before, I couldn't sleep. I tossed and turned in bed, staring at the ceiling and wondering what kind of people I'd meet. Would I make friends easily? Would the classes be difficult? Would I get lost on campus? These thoughts kept running through my mind. My mom came into my room at one point and said, "You should try to get some sleep. Big day tomorrow." I nodded, but my mind just wouldn't slow down. The next morning, I woke up before my alarm. My stomach was full of butterflies, but I was also excited. I had picked out my outfit a week ago, a simple white t-shirt, jeans, and a denim jacket. Nothing too flashy, but still nice enough to make a good impression. At breakfast, my dad tried to give me some advice, but it sounded more like a speech. Remember, college is not just about studying. It's also about meeting people, learning who you are, and having fun. I smiled politely while sipping my tea. My mom just gave me a hug and said, "Be yourself." That's enough. When I got to campus, I was surprised by how big everything looked. The buildings were tall, the halls were wide, and students were walking in every direction. Everyone looked like they knew exactly where they were going. I, on the other hand, had no idea. I pulled out the campus map I had printed the night before and tried to figure out where the main auditorium was. That's where the orientation session was supposed to take place. As I stood there, turning the map left and right, a girl walked past me, then turned back and asked, "Are you lost?" I laughed nervously. "Kind of. I'm trying to find the main auditorium." She smiled and pointed. "It's that way. I'm heading there too. Want to walk together?" "Sure," I said, feeling a little more relaxed. We started walking, and I found out her name was Priya. She was also a first-year student, and she was just as nervous as I was. That made me feel better instantly. During the orientation, the college dean welcomed us and talked about all the opportunities we'd have. Clubs, workshops, student events, it all sounded so exciting. I glanced at Priya a few times and we shared small smiles whenever something funny was said. It felt good to know someone already. After orientation, we had a short break before our department meetup. I didn't want to sit alone, so I asked Priya if she wanted to grab a coffee from the campus cafe. She said yes, and we spent the next 30 minutes talking about everything: our favorite TV shows, what we planned to study, and how we both hated waking up early when we walked into the department room later. I was surprised to see how diverse the students were. Some were super confident, already talking to the professors and asking questions. Others, like me, were quieter, trying to take it all in. Our professor, Dr. Ramesh, was warm and friendly. He encouraged us to introduce ourselves And when it was my turn, I simply said, "Hi, I'm Anya. I'm from Pune, and I'm really excited to be here." My voice shook a little, but no one seemed to mind. Later that afternoon, we had our first campus tour. It was hot and the sun was bright, but it was fun to see the different buildings and hangout spots. Priya and I stuck together, and we also met a few more students from our department. One of them, a guy named Varun, kept cracking jokes and made everyone laugh. I could already feel a small group forming, and that made me happy to be. By the time I reached home that evening, I was exhausted, but also content. My mom asked, "So, how was it?" "It was better than I expected," I said with a smile. "I think I made a friend." That night, I slept like a baby. No tossing, no turning. Just the sweet feeling of a good beginning. Looking back, I realized that things could have gone differently. What if I hadn't spoken to Priya? What if I had stayed quiet the whole day and gone through everything alone? But I didn't. I took a small chance. And sometimes that's all it takes. Thank you for listening to this story on the listening window. You can download the complete script, vocabulary list, quiz with answers, and a bonus speaking prompt using the link in the description. If you enjoyed the story, please like and subscribe. Also, tell us in the comments, what would you have done differently at that key moment in the story? We'd love to read your version.